Hello users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about what's happening in Kenosha, Wisconsin. If you want to watch the video about the initial incident, I just uploaded that, and I felt like I could make this a separate video. That way, they don't infringe on each other. So there are protests breaking out in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I don't know what the current status is as of this moment, as of this recording, and as of you're watching this. But this is I pieced together some details after searching through Twitter of some of the stuff going on. So this first video here is people destroying police cars. Now again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Destroying property is not even in the same category as destroying human life. If you get more upset at someone breaking a window of a cop car than you are at someone being shot in the back 7 times, chances are you're just not a good person, right? Now, and that's being very gentle about it. That's being like, okay, I'm trying to be nice about this. Now, if I were to be serious, chances are you are a psychopathic human dumpster sludge slime ball, and you need to be expunged from this society now. You need to be sent to an island, sent to a mountain somewhere, go be an individualist, go be an antisocial freak somewhere else because nobody wants you here. But let's be honest here. Again, there's all these people out there that are parading around law and order, yeehaw, law and order, when it's a cop car getting vandalized. But what about law and order when it's a black man getting shot in the back? What about law and order when it's a white man in Arizona getting shot in the back? What about law and order when kids are being fucking tased? When kids are being held at gunpoint in Aurora, Colorado? Where's law and order then? Where's the Fifth Amendment and due process then? It's not there. It's law and order for me, but not for thee. That's this idea. That's the strategy here. If you are new here and this is maybe the first video you're seeing of mine, one thing I say frequently is that right-wingers don't actually care about things like law and order. They don't care about things like free speech. They don't care about things like, police brutality. They don't care about things, but they will weaponize the fact that you care about things like law and order. Wouldn't it be great to live in a society that had laws and orders and people followed those laws and the laws were just and fair and moral? Like, for example, if we had laws against killing fellow people, if murder was actually illegal, and the people that kill these guys or shoot these guys actually in a real way get brought to justice, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? But we don't live in that. It's law and order for the civilians. And then everyone who's in the elevated status, they can just say whatever they want and do whatever they want and get away with it. It's law and order for me and not for thee. And the same thing with free speech. Oh, free speech. Oh no, I'm a right-winger and I got censored on YouTube. Yet, protesters getting shot and killed, that's fine. That's not a free speech issue. A private company removing a conservative account, that's a free speech issue. Let's get the government in. But government agents, state-run employees, state employees shooting and killing protesters, that's not a free speech issue. That's fine. Now, another thing is they will call anyone they don't like terrorists. And I got a few more videos here. They will call anyone they don't like terrorists. Anyone who disagrees with me is a terrorist, is what right-wingers will say. Now, it's really funny because for the last 4 years, they've been saying that in the reverse about left-wingers. Oh, everyone's a Nazi, everyone's a Nazi, they say, parodying left-wingers. And then all of a sudden, when there are mass uprisings around the globe, not just around the country, but around the globe, all of a sudden, everyone I disagree with is a terrorist. Everyone I disagree with is a terrorist. Because they don't actually believe in anything. They believe in nothing. Okay, so here's a little video of a cop getting hit in the fucking head with a brick. Now, I'm not going to say anything to incriminate myself, but fuck the police. So, let's move on. There were reports of protesters reaching the police station. I don't know what happened at the police station, but the police were using a lot of big city vehicles like fire trucks and garbage trucks to block and obstruct roads, and people set them on fire. Now again, I don't know the details. I don't know. I don't know the details. So if anyone has anyone on the ground or anyone that knows anyone on the ground, feel free to like forward them to me. I would love to have a conversation with these people. But again, good, right? Because the budgets for these fucking things, people go like, BLM riots have caused millions in property. Okay. Well, again, 170,000 minimum people have died from the coronavirus pandemic, while Congress and the president do nothing. Right? So it's like, okay, if we can't save, hundreds of thousands of people dying of a preventable disease, then who cares about property? Again, if you are more concerned with property than the loss and mass death of human life, chances are you're a psychopath. You're a freak. You are garbage. Okay? Just like this truck on fire here. Garbage. Okay? Literally, you should be on an island somewhere, right? Have your little fucking cabal, your little fucking island commune of individualists, and like fucking draw lines in the sand and don't violate each other's fucking rights or whatever the fuck. Do your own little Minecraft fucking fantasy land somewhere else. You don't need to come into our society, use our grocery stores, go to our hardware stores. You don't need to use our things. If you don't want to participate in society, don't. Get the fuck out, okay? This is what I have to say. As a prerequisite of living in a society, people have to understand murder is wrong. And when people die of something that was preventable, that's bad. Again, when you have the President of the United States saying masks are worthless and germs aren't real, and then that results in 200,000 people dying, those are preventable. That is a catastrophic loss of human life. That is 9/11 times 100. Okay, if I did the math correctly. And 9/11 reshaped our entire fucking system of society. Okay? This pandemic has left people hungry, homeless, right? This pandemic has left people in ruins. And then there's also the other pandemic of police brutality that's killing people every day. Like every week I'm covering these viral videos of black people being shot and then also white people being shot. People love to say all lives matter, right? Ooh, white lives matter, all lives matter. But those are the same people that say blue lives matter. And those are the same people that support the cops. So how are you going to say all lives matter and then support the cops? Those don't really work. If your whole argument is, ooh, the media likes to promote the race war and say black people are more, whatever, okay. But if you're supporting cops, I'm sorry, cognitive dissonance is putting that kindly, okay? It's ridiculous. And so again, I've got some video here of just a bunch of shit on fire. I don't really know what exactly is going on. I'm going to maybe look a little bit more after this video, but this is just a quick little primer of, what's exactly happening, why these things are happening. A lot of people, there are still people in this country that, this will be maybe their first time seeing this kind of stuff, which would be shocking. Like maybe there's like 5% out there, but you have to understand that when you've got a population where 40 million kids under the age of 18 are starving, going to bed starving every night, malnourished and undernourished, where we're going to have 40 million new homeless people once this rent moratorium is over, or rather eviction moratorium, and not a rent moratorium. So the rent is still going to accrue and people can't find jobs, and that's just going to make it more and more obnoxious when the eviction moratorium actually does expire, right? Where you live in a country, right, where you go outside and you have a chance of catching a viral disease because the federal government just decided not to do anything. The federal government can send police, secret police, federal agents into places like Portland with ease, snap of a fingers. But they can't enforce a national mask mandate? Interesting, okay? It's interesting. This is an empire in collapse. It's no longer an empire in decline. This is like watching a Jenga tower fall to the ground in slow motion. And anyone who doesn't understand that, I'm sorry, you're in the minority, okay? Reminder, 56% of Americans, when George Floyd was murdered, said that it was justified to burn down the police station. And the support for Black Lives Matter protests and protests in general have escalated. There's polls that say 70 to 80% of Americans support protests. And then when you have cops killing people, it's only going to make them, like, heavier. It's only going to reignite them further. People are surprised that this is happening. The rioters and looters! Oh, the rioters and looters! Oh, the rioting and looting! Well, how about the cops who are rioting and looting people's lives? Not looting things from a big business that has an insurance policy, so all of their shit's going to be paid for anyway, and they're going to be fine and dandy. That's not good. But a cop looting someone's life, stealing their life, that's acceptable, because the right-wing brain is the brain of a psychopath, and you need to understand that. So thank you for watching. Spread the video. If you have any more news or whatever, let me know. If you see any other videos of any other details that I may have missed, let me know. I like commenting on this stuff, and giving more of a broad, generalized, kind of take here. Because it's not just about Kenosha. It's about Minneapolis. It's about Tucson. It's about Aurora. It's about Los Angeles. It's about New York City. It's about in Belarus, right? It's about all over the world. People are just saying enough is enough. Right-wing, far extreme authoritarianism, police state, state-sanctioned murder and violence, enough is enough. And the people are sick of it. So you can either be a cop-loving, boot-licking loser, and you can fucking die on the hill of, oh, the people murdering protesters, they need to have more rights, and people need to be more sympathetic. You can either die on that hill and think you're counterculture, or you can get with the program, and we can 1776 their asses. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good one.